In the Mix with Chris Rock.
I'm Alec Baldwin. I'm here with the gorgeous Gina.
I'm Larry King, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kelly Ripa, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Matt Lauer, and you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Kathy Lee.
And I'm Hoda.
And you're watching In the Mix.
I'm Bethany Frankel, and you're watching In the Mix.
In the Mix.
Welcome to this episode of In the Mix here at the Cutting Room. I'm Gina Jordan, and here we are. The entire team is with me today. Now, the entire In the Mix team recently took a field trip over to the Waldorf Astoria to go and visit the Friars Club, who is honoring and roasting the one and only legendary comedian, Don Rickles.
Hi, Don. It's me, Regis. Huh? I want to tell you, everybody's saying how long they've known Don Rickles, but Don, remember we met 53 years ago, 1960.
Sammy Davis Jr., Lucille Ball, Johnny Carson, Richard Pryor, Billy Crystal, Whoopi Goldberg, Betty White, and many more have all been inducted into the exclusive members-only Friars Club based in Midtown Manhattan.
Sinatra and Dean and Sammy and Milton Berle and Alan King and Joey Lewis and Buddy Hackett and that whole generation of people. Last year it was Tom Cruise and Quentin Tarantino and Betty White and Jack Black. So we sort of run the generational gamut.
It's a 60-year-old tradition to roast a Hollywood heavy into the Fryer family. This year, the Friars Club recently awarded legendary comedian Don Rickles with a Lifetime Achievement Award.
He's really exponential in many ways of who we are. When you think about it, Don Rickles is sort of the last man standing. Don and Jerry Lewis, who is our abbot. And Jerry and Don are the last two members of the generation in which the ethos and heart of the club was formed. And what makes Don so extraordinary, to survive and to become such an iconic figure and to be somebody where now 2 generations beyond his own generation adore him and treat him with such extraordinary reverence. He's without question the hippest 87-year-old man in the world.
Don Rickles is an icon of comedy. In his 80s, still works like he worked in his 30s. He is funny, he's adorable, and he's been a wonderful member of this club for a long, long time.
A lot of people don't know this, but Don is taller than he appears on television.
Born in Queens, New York, the one and only Don Rickles started a career in acting at the ripe age of 22.
So come on, speak up. I guess it's Area 7, Mr. Bledsoe.
It was his lack of acting roles that propelled Don to try stand-up comedy.
God love you Catholics, you do your great sign. And to we Jews, that means the highway's blocked, take the other road.
Yet it wasn't his stand-up act that created die-hard fans. It was his sharp-witted ad-lib of insults directed at hecklers that eventually dubbed Don as the Merchant of Venom.
Well, how'd the Chinaman get in here? I'll pay it. 40 million Jews, they got a chink sitting right in the goddamn front.
Early on in his career, his famous friendship with Frank Sinatra helped propel his act into the public eye.
We've worked together a lot. And I look forward to not so much working with him. I look forward to the suppers afterwards, because there's always a Sinatra story or a Sammy Davis story or a Gregory Peck story. There's so much. He's lived through so much, and he's a wonderful actor.
Over the years, Don has made countless TV appearances and starred in hundreds of films, including I Dream of Jeannie, Get Smart, Newhart, and the film Casino.
What are you staring at, you bald-headed Jew prick?
Rickles is a living legend whose comedic timing and overall career has made an impact on several famous comedians.
The thing about Don, a lot of people say he's very unique, and he is, and especially in American culture where things are just imitated and just beaten to the ground. No one's ever tried what he does. because it's not a trick, it's the dude, it's the actual guy.
When I heard that Bob Newhart, Joan Rivers, Louis Black, Freddie Roman, John Mayer, Bob Saget, and everyone else were going to be here, I thought, amazing. That's a really impressive lineup for the Don Rickles Memorial Service. Don would have been so proud.
Several people came out to give a tribute to the one and only Don Rickles, including Joan Rivers, Bob Newhart, and Kathy Griffin. Now, it's not a roast, it's a tribute.
He taught me to be inappropriate when you come from a place of really trying to make people laugh is okay.
You're friends with Don Rickles. Did you ever think you'd be
real friends with Don Rickles? No, of course not. I can't believe it. I have had dinner parties with him. I have gotten advice from him. I have cried on his wife's shoulder.
Don Rickles is the best, the sweetest, the kindest, the funniest man of the world, and just outrageous, and that's what I love about Don Rickles. So politically incorrect.
Being in the audience with my girlfriend at a Don Rickles show, him inviting me up to take a bow at the end of his show, and then asking my girlfriend if she has cataracts.
Now, this is not a roast.
This is not. This is a toast. There is no dais. It's individual speakers, and you don't roast the person who is the king of all roasting. There just is no reason to.
Well, you can't insult someone who doesn't even use profanity and gets the job done.
And he's edgy, and he's relevant, and he's a pit bull at it. If he wants to be, he could take anybody apart. And I love him very, very much. And so I wouldn't even want to do it as a joke. And he makes fun of me when we go to dinner. I'll be speaking about it tonight. I get to talk and honor him.
I first saw Don when I snuck into the Latin Casino in New Jersey with a fake ID. Let's hear it for the losers like me that went to the Latin Casino.
Do you have a personal experience with him? Did you get to go to a show and met him backstage? Are you friends with him?
No. It's all from TV. It's all from growing up, watching him.
His longevity is beyond belief. I saw him 2 months ago in Atlantic City, and he killed. You know, we worked together. I opened for him a few times, so it's always fun. But it's his longevity and his ability to be funny and so sharp. I don't know if you saw him on Letterman the other night. He was
so sharp.
It was amazing. He was so great. I mean, I'd love to have an appearance like that. Gee, that was great.
Letterman, too. And Letterman, you know, you always feel like at some point he's going to do a zinger, and it was almost like he just gave up after. He's like, you know what? Let's just watch this roll.
Did you see action when you were in the Navy, actual combat?
What was I talking about, Dave?
I think Dave also feels, like most of us, a tremendous amount of respect for Don, and you know, and what he's brought to this this thing that you know, he's such an institution.
We love you, Don.
Now there's still a lot more excitement to come with Don Rickles and all his famous friends, so don't move.
In the mix. You've made Atlantic Honda in Bayshore one of the top Honda dealers in America.
Prices are fantastic.
So we're giving back to you with our huge customer appreciation event. Right now, lease a 2013 Civic LX 4-door, just $99 a month, or lease a 2013 Accord Sport 4-door, just $155 a month.
This surpasses anything we've ever experienced in other Honda dealerships.
This episode of In the Mix is presented by Atlantic Honda.
In the Mix.
Welcome back to this episode of In the Mix here at the legendary Cutting Room. I'm Gina Jordan. Now we are bringing you all of the action from the Friars Club roast at the Waldorf Astoria with the legendary Don Rickles.
It's 2:45. There's no one in the place.
We're gonna drain the cup dry. Wait till your arms are right for these arms to surround. Hey, Lawson. Done the day that you made.
This is the worst performance of anything ever in the history of the world.
Now, before we hear from the man of the hour, Sir Rickles, and find out what his famous friends are up to this season, ITM is going to bring you a heartfelt story about a community on Long Island that's coming together to help raise money at a local school in an effort to protect children.
We do have the breaking news of a shooting at an elementary school.
The Sandy Hook tragedy that stole 26 lives, including 20 children, back on December 14th, 2012, left a town and an entire nation absolutely devastated.
Still not real that my little girl isn't coming home.
It's the tragic events at Sandy Hook that inspired this man to make a difference and say no school or child should be left unprotected.
We're all about giving back to the community, and that's why we do this.
Rickles is the general manager of a unique car dealership, Atlantic Honda, in Bayshore, Long Island.
We're all about having fun here. If you look around, you'll see beach balls all over the place. I have a beach club outside. We want to entertain the kids. We want them to have fun. We have hot dog carts going on. We do the music all the time. You know, we do barbecues on weekends. We have manicures. We have, massages during your service hours. We extend our hours for that too. So it's just a family-friendly atmosphere. It's not your regular car dealership. It's a big difference.
Alessi credits his hard-working team to helping choose a local school on Long Island, to award a brand new security system, and ultimately help assure the safety of our savior of America students.
It's a school in Center East that we did a fundraiser for to get a better security system put in to their school. Similar to what happened at Sandy Hook, we want to make sure it doesn't happen out here. And that's more touching than anything for us. And, there's kids from, I believe, from 7 to all the way up to 15 or 19 years of age that go to that school. And by getting that secured and locked down a little bit better for them, we feel that we're helping out the kids also.
In an effort to protect our savior of America students, Alessi and friends joined forces to create a super fun day at Atlantic Honda.
We feel we're going to do something good for the community by giving away a free car, okay? Somebody's going to get a 2-year lease on a brand new 2013 Accord.
Hundreds of people gathered at Atlantic Honda's big giveaway day.
In the mix!
Raffle tickets and donations raised thousands of dollars to help protect the children.
It's about having fun, and may the lucky person win.
You won a mountain bike.
Very exciting.
Plus, a handful of lucky winners won a new bike, an auto startup system, and the biggest giveaway of the day.
Diane Stambler.
A brand new car.
Diane Stambler, you are the grand prize winner of a 213 Accord.
Bayshore residents Diane and Alan Stambler bought one lucky raffle ticket that changed their lives.
Thank you.
She's good. Thumbs up, ladies.
Yeah, we couldn't help but get emotional when Alan and Diane told us they've been married for 33 years and have never won anything until today.
I'm nervous. My hands are shaking. Just amazing. Oh, up and I drive it to work on Monday.
She just told me, and crying, said that she has a 1997 van that's not running well at all, and she needs a new car. How great is that? It's fate.
You take this personally.
From the heart.
Thank you, Atlantic Honda. Thank you.
And now, here he is, the Emmy Award-winning Mr. Warmth himself, Don Rickles.
Don, on behalf of the Friars Club, we are thrilled to be able to present you with their very first Lifetime Achievement in Comedy Award.
But I must say, to this evening, on behalf of my darling wife, Barbara, and everybody that sits here, this club means a lot. Support it, whether it be for a benefit or what have you, because it represents, with so many of our dear artists that are not with us anymore, and guys like me who come back here and say, my God, my picture was on the wall next to Jimmy Fallon.
Now, for somebody who has a history of breaking a lot of balls, I got to tell you, there weren't many insults going on here tonight about the one and only Don Rickles.
Love you, Don Rickles.
Comedian Bob Saget is a familiar, famous face at many Friars Club tributes.
I'll never forget when I took my kids to see
Jack in Gulliver's Travels, because I didn't.
Saget is a longtime friend of Rickles and was one of the chosen ones to speak on the honoree's behalf.
Met him a long time ago, but he doesn't remember, but I directed him in the movie Dirty Work with Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang, and that was in '98. And it was Chris Farley's last movie. It was a funny movie, and I got to direct it, and Don ad-libbed his stuff. And so I'm actually going to speak of it tonight. And I became much friendlier with him after that. Through John Stamos, he had us go to dinner together, Barbara and Don and I, and so I became friends with them, and I love them.
I love Don Rickles in Kelly's Hero.
Who's that bunch of refugees over there? The band. The band? What do we need a band for?
Most recently, Saget hit superstar Twitter status when he tweeted a pic of himself and his girlfriend.
John Stamos, you know, my sister, my boy girlfriend. I tweeted a big photo that got trended significantly. I performed at Bonnaroo. John came in to sing the last song with me twice, and people went kind of crazy, and Greek yogurt was spewing out of their mouths. It was really exciting. And he's here tonight, and I'm going to grab his ass.
Bob Saget was saying how the two of you recently, you had surprised him on stage.
Yeah, at Bonnaroo, yeah. Bob does a song about Full House and thing, and eventually one of the verses gets to some sort of sexual act between Danny Tanner and Jesse, and I walk out in the, like right as he's about to do it, and I just look at him like, and the place for him.
Saget's ongoing project is a book that ITM will keep nagging him to finish.
I've got a lot of work to do.
Putting the pressure on. Putting the pressure on.
Everybody is. My mother's like, are you writing? I went, yes, and that's good because then I don't have to take her to dinner. I can't see her today because I have to write.
She's not going to guilt you because you're busy working.
She's always been very supportive of me, and she always moves me forward.
According to Saget, Don's mother, Frances, was a strong influence on Rickles' career.
And my dear mother, when the whole world booed, mind you, when the whole world booed, this great lady stood by me. I loved her.
Don's mother, who's no longer with us, he talks about her a lot. She really propelled him, Don Rickles' mom, to do what he does. And he faced a lot of difficult times.
He started off trying to be an actor.
Don was a studied actor. He was in a lot of movies as an actor, and he did a lot of television, too, as an actor. And stand-up was something that he did because it was just another gift.
Saget may have met Rickles on set, but it was his Full House co-star, a.k.a. girlfriend, John Stamos, that ultimately made a personal connection between Saget and Rickles.
I think the first time I saw him was with Sinatra. I brought my parents, and I was actually dating Paula Abdul at the time, so it was 20 years ago. I brought my parents to see Frank Sinatra and Don Rickles, or as Don would say, Don Rickles featuring Frank Sinatra. And we asked if we can go backstage, and they said, well, I'll let you know. And sure enough, we got backstage, and we took a picture with Frank and Don. But Don and I clicked somehow, and it's just been this sort of very odd, 25-year-old romance. I would never be so presumptuous to say that he's like a father to me or something. I mean, he is.
His sister.
He's like
Bob Saget.
Stamos recently kicked off the third season of a hit series, Necessary Roughness, on USA Network.
Necessary Roughness. Great show. Congratulations. It's fun. Is it fun for you?
Stamos plays Connor McClain, the founder of a sports and entertainment management empire.
Are you not a sports fan at all? Or in real life you are? That's how you were able to play the part?
No, I'm not. And not that there's anything wrong with sports, but someone always has to lose. I'm just going to come right out and say it. I want you.
I mean, if you're thinking what I'm thinking that you're thinking.
Right. Hold on one second. Sorry. Athletic endorsement deal.
Comedian Louis Black made an appearance to support the great Don.
I was sitting on a plane, and he's sitting in front of me. And he flips around and pops up over the seat and starts berating me. He just went right after me, and then and he knew me, and then he knew my opening act. And he'd never met either of us. And then he's talking to the opening act about what a schmuck I am and how tough it must be to work with a Jew. It was brilliant.
Not so fast, Google. I think you underestimating my ability to masturbate to jellyfish.
Louis, who's known for his hilarious rants on The Daily Show, gave us the lowdown on how Jon Stewart's summer replacement is doing, correspondent John Oliver.
Tell us, how do we think the gentleman that's now hosting The Daily Show, how do we think he's doing? Mr. Oliver?
He's doing great. You know, you're kind of screwed.
Speaking of legendary comedians, Sir Gilbert Gottfried came out to support Rickles and admitted he's a true fan.
When you watch the Dean Martin roast now, a lot of it seems dated, and Don Rickles doesn't.
He doesn't seem dated. I know what you mean. He never uses profanity.
Yeah, I hate people who use dirty words. I can't stand comics that use film.
You don't curse much.
Not me. I'm like Art Linkletter.
You'll curse at people.
Yes.
Right?
I'm the new host of Children Say the Darndest Things.
Unlike the real host of Kids Say the Darndest Things, Sir Bill Cosby, Gilbert Gottfried's been known to use profanity on stage.
Are you touring right now? Can we go to your website?
Yes, you go to my website. It's a difficult one to remember, gilbertgottfried.com.
Congratulations, by the way, you purchased the domain .com. That was good.
And I bought it. This is true. I bought it from a guy in Thailand. I swear to God, he bought my...
Be careful what you say about Thailand.
Yes.
Him in Thailand. Come on.
know. It's already... I've lost every country already. It was a double insult. Number one, I had to buy my own name from him. And two, how cheaply I got it.
All right, guys. Well, there's still more celebrity action to come, so don't move.
In the mix. Welcome to Atlantic Honda. Everybody get approved. Then they got the used cars, but to me they looking new. And they got their new Accord starting at $179. And they open Sunday, so you get your Honda service right. They got the volleyball, they got the free burgers, Melly Mellers on the grill, and I'm guaranteed to serve ya. Welcome to Atlantic Honda. Welcome to Atlantic Honda. Welcome to Atlantic Honda.
Bring in your trade and get up to $3,000 over book value.
This episode of In the Mix is presented by Atlantic Honda.
In the mix.
Welcome back to this very special episode of In the Mix here at the legendary Cutting Room. I'm Gina Jordan.
Being insulted by you is a joy. It's a pleasure. It's a wonderful thing. You have a great gift. You are the kindest, sweetest man I've ever known, other than my father. And I love you for that. And you're unforgettable. You really are.
ITM's been bringing you all the celebrity action from the Friars Club event to honor the one and only Sir Don Rickles.
And forevermore.
And forevermore.
That's how you stay.
That's how you stay.
Several famous faces hit the Waldorf Astoria to pay tribute to Rickles, including De Niro, Newhart, Mayer, Kroll, Cole, and Danza.
Tell us a great antidote. I mean, Don Rickles, I'm sure you have some interesting stories.
At Don's 70th birthday party, just a random one, they wanted Frank Sinatra to sing Happy Birthday, and he didn't want to sing Happy Birthday. And there was a big thing. And finally, they convinced Sinatra to sing it, and he sort of spit it out. It was like, Happy Birthday to you, you know?
Danza is best known for his TV roles such as Who's the Boss and self-entitled talk show, but you can expect to see the 62 years young actor on the big screen, co-starring alongside Julianne Moore and Joseph Gordon-Levitt in Don John.
Yeah, that Johnny boy. She's cute, right? Are you kidding me? You didn't tell me you were bringing home a piece of ass like that. I told you she's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, you call me, but I mean, Jesus Christ, those they're real? Yeah, they're real.
Your recent role that you did performing in a film called Don John,
yes,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, his first film directing. How did Joseph do?
He's a great director. I mean, we did Angels in the Outfield 20 years ago, and we were both inline skaters. He was 12, I was 42. And we would skate around the Oakland Alameda Stadium because we had the place to ourselves. And every once in a while I would say to him, come on, Joe, let's skate. And he would say, no, I'm following the director today. So this has been something he's wanted to do for a long time. And he just did a great job. And the best part of it is, his direction is unbelievable. But the best part is the writing. He wrote a terrific script, a great movie.
What was it like to work with Julianne Moore?
I didn't have any scenes with her, unfortunately. But boy, watching her work was something.
Danza admitted he's such a die-hard New Yorker, he even whipped out proof.
Do you take the subway?
Yes, I do.
You do? Do people see you? They recognize you on the subway?
Hey, look, I got my Metro.
He got his Metro card. I like that about you. We want you to host a show again, a talk show. Would you come back?
Those days are over. I'm going to Broadway.
Yes, indeed, the movie star is hoping The Great White Way is on the horizon. But it won't be Danza's first time performing live on Broadway. Back in '99, Tony starred in the Broadway revival of The Iceman Cometh, written by Eugene O'Neill. Danza is currently in previews at the New Jersey Paper Mill Playhouse, preparing to hit Broadway later this year, starring in a rendition of a play based on the 1992 film Honeymoon in Vegas. If you catch the Broadway-bound star on the subway, you can strike up a convo about the upcoming mayoral race. Danza revealed to ITM he's pro-wiener.
I think the mayoral election is very interesting, and I know he has name recognition for something that you probably don't want name recognition for, but I think that he adds a certain element to the conversation that's missing. I do think that the city has to be careful that it doesn't turn into just a playground for the rich.
You may not see this D-lister turned A-lister on the subway, but she's been busy breaking records performing live on the road.
I admit that I have a way too high threshold for dark being funny. Way too high.
You're on the road right now, and you're performing.
I'm on the road right now, and I just did my 16th special, which I'm really quite proud of because I actually shattered the record for the most recorded comedy specials of any stand-up male or female. Even the late great George Carlin, even Cosby. And I grew up on the Cheech and Chong records and the Cosby records. And so, I have my little record. I'm gonna call the Guinness people, see if they'll take not the beer. I'm gonna try to get in that book.
In fact, it's Kathy's relentless work ethic that she credits to her mentor and friend, Don Rickles.
I remember one time I was doing a double, 2 shows in one night. And I said something to Don offhandedly about I'm so exhausted after doing a double in this city. And he said, there might come a time where they don't want to double anymore. And I swear to God, ever since then, whenever I do a double, I'm like, okay, Kathy, don't get tired. Because Don said, there may be a time they don't want doubles. And he's right. Give it your best every time. And that's how he is. He gives it his best every time.
Kathy revealed why she thinks Rickles is leagues apart from the rest.
It's amazing because he is in the moment, and to me, that's what a great comedian is, Anybody can be a monologist or memorize the same old jokes, but you really don't know what Don's going to say. And he's kind of the original, oh my gosh, what is he going to say guy? And of course, that's someone after my own heart.
Even with all her mainstream success, Kathy says the comedy biz is still harder for the ladies at any level. Griffin credits another living legend in the comedy biz that also inspires her to keep entertaining the masses.
An inspiration like Don Rickles, what about, I was just going to ask you, talk about Joan. Joan Rivers, I love Joan, and I've had the pleasure, I know you hang out with Joan.
We hang out, and Joan and Don have done shows together, and they're such good friends, and they're such good examples of what it really is to be professional and funny and have a heart and have a life.
I got to share this with you. I was saying to her that talk about a man getting a tribute tonight. You're the woman that should be always getting a tribute in this business. It's not easy for a woman in this business. And she credited you. She said, yes, me and Kathy. I swear to God.
Oh, it's so funny because I turned to Joan and the red carpet and I said, well, we're the only girls again. And she just went, oh, don't start. I love her documentary piece of work. And she is truly my mentor, my idol, my friend. I just adore her.
Kathy left us with a little taste of her upcoming act.
Kim Kardashian, can we get the one thing about Kim and the new baby? Northwest?
I think Northwest
believe
the prize.
Going into your act soon.
Yes, of course it's in my act because these kids actually have to grow up with these names and be identified wherever they go. They can never have anonymity anywhere again.
From one funny lady to the queen of all comedy.
80th birthday, happy birthday, young lady.
No, it's over. It's over. It's over.
Are you happy it's over?
Oh, God, yeah. So annoying.
There's no pretending with Joan. What you see is what you get. The 80-year-old comedian who recently celebrated a birthday came out to pay tribute to her longtime colleague and friend, Don Rickles.
It's very hard to be funny about Don because I adore you. I know you for 30-odd years, and I just love you.
Joan has a lot to celebrate these days, including a hit reality show, In Bed, and a #1 series on the E! Entertainment television network.
Reality show, In Bed with Joan and Melissa, going like crazy, and Fashion Police, #1 on E! Not a bad year.
Maybe Joan's career has outlasted other women in comedy because she's never considered gender to be a deciding factor in funny.
Joan, in the world of comedians, you are still the only woman still standing. How does that make you feel?
Well, you tell that to Kathy. Comedy isn't man or woman. Comedy is funny.
Comedy's asexual.
Asexual. Totally, totally.
So, do you get some time off or no? You performing?
I'll have time off when they cancel the shows. Right now, 3 shows, no time off.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming and get home safe.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of In the Mix. Thanks so much for watching. I just want to thank our very special staff here at In the Mix for all their hard work. That's going to do it for this episode. We look forward to seeing you next time in the Mix.
You could get my book, Rubber Balls and Liquor. This was an old dirty joke. It's one of those 2 people dirty jokes. Everything I say, you say rubber balls and liquor. I had breakfast today.
Rubber balls and liquor.
I took a walk.
I'm blonde. Rubber balls and liquor.
What are you going to do with your girlfriend tonight?
In the mix.